Alright, let's talk about smartwatches. Today we're going to tackle the biggest question that I usually get about watches, and it's, are they necessary? Do I really need to get one, or are they just a status symbol? Is it an unnecessary luxury? So today we're going to tackle it. So as usual, we're going to do the pros, then we're going to do the cons, and then we're going to weigh, and I'll give you my opinion on whether I think you should get one or you shouldn't. Let's talk about the first benefit of having a smartwatch, and that's health and fitness. So if you really care about the metrics, you're really into your fitness, maybe you've got a health condition, maybe it was doctor prescribed, then it's a really good idea for you to get a watch. So smartwatches can measure your heart rate, they've got ECGs, they give you all sorts of insights. You can measure your steps, you can measure how many kilometers you've covered, your calories. It's got a lot of useful features and functions that it can tell you. And that's not just a random metric. You know, I use an Apple Watch. I use the Apple Watch Series 9. And every now and again, it tells me to stand up. It tells me to breathe. It tells me how long I've been standing. It tells me how many steps I've covered. So whenever you set up your watch, it automatically creates an activity tracker for you. So other than just the point of it actually measuring the metrics, it really does do a good job of encouraging you to actually go out and exercise. So next benefit is convenience. I won't lie, when you get a text message, there's something about not having to pull out your phone and take a look at your phone, but just being able to glance, Leo, I'm busy, can I call you back? And see whether you need to answer a call, see how urgent a text message is. It provides a lot of convenience, the Apple Watch, or not just the Apple Watch, but smartwatches in general. So driving, we all know that we shouldn't use our phones when driving, but there's something as simple as being able to change the music with your watch. The convenience of being able to control a good portion of your life using your wrist, it's a big benefit, depending on the kind of watch that you have. The third benefit of having a smartwatch is style and status. I mean, if you wear a general basic watch, you know, you look like the ordinary individual. But I promise you, if you're wearing this watch, the Galaxy Watch Ultra, immediately I'm going to judge you, and I'm going to look and I'm going to think, what does this person do? Why do you think there's such a big market for the replicas? So let's take the Apple Watch Ultra 2, for example. There's probably 20 to 30 that I can think of. If you were to go on Amazon or go on eBay or go on whichever country you're in, just go on whatever online shopping platform there is. Go on Alibaba, go on, AliExpress, and just see how many different types of replicas you can find that look like the original thing, but are probably 100th of the price. So like I said, the Apple Watch Ultra 2, you can probably get something that looks, it's not the real thing, but it looks pretty similar for maybe 20 or 30 bucks, and what that communicates is there's a really big portion and a really big market for those who want the look of the original, but they don't really have the finances to spend on the item, or they wouldn't be able to justify the purchase. Okay. So this next benefit is a benefit, but it depends on the country you're in. So again, I'll use the Apple Watch Ultra 2 as an example. One of the best features of the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is it has emergency SOS features. So it also has fall detection. That's a big selling point of the Apple Watch. Now, that's something that's really great. However, if you're in a country or a region where those services are not supported, then it loses its importance. So as mentioned, I use the Apple Watch Series 9. I use the cellular version, but I live in Zimbabwe. And in Zimbabwe, that functionality doesn't work. So in theory, if I lived in a different country, I would have the ability to put an additional line into this watch. So if I left my phone at home, I still wanted to make a call, I could still use this. This would actually become a full-fledged phone. And in certain cases, if you live in a country where you can use those features, that actually elevates the use case of the Apple Watch. So getting into the drawbacks or the downsides or the do I really need a watch element of it. The first thing would be a smartwatch is a distraction. So in the morning, I prefer to charge my devices in the morning. You know, good charging habits say you should do it overnight, but I prefer to charge it in the morning. And what I will like about the Apple Watch is that it doesn't take long to charge. But nonetheless, I have to charge two different things. So not only am I worried about have I charged my phone, I'm now worried about have I charged my watch. So instead of just having to use one adapter that I have to buy, bear in mind they don't include these in the box anymore. So if you get a brand new phone, you're now having to buy an adapter. But now if you get a brand new watch, now you have to buy another adapter. So, I mean, you always could get the Anker 521 charger from electrix.shop, but nonetheless, it's an added inconvenience. The more money you spend on a watch, the more battery struggles you're going to have. What do I mean? So let's take the Xiaomi Smart Band 9 Pro, for example. I think Xiaomi rates it for about maybe 14 to 21 days. I'm going to be conservative and say maybe you can do 10 days of a battery life. But like I said, that means you can go more than a week without having to charge something. But the higher up you go, maybe not the higher up, but as you reach the proper smartwatches, the Apple Watch, the Galaxy Watch, the most you're going to be able to do is about 2 days. And that can get really annoying. The biggest restriction to having a smartwatch is the cost. Now, if we're gonna take the full spectrum, so again, electrix.shop, if you go online there and you shop for a smartwatch or a smart band, it starts from the bands, the Xiaomi, you're looking at about 60 to 70 bucks. But depending on what you want to get, that can easily run up $300, $400, $500, $600. If we're talking about the Apple Watch Ultra, depending on your region, you're spending anywhere from 800 to about 1.2. Now, can you really justify spending 1.2 on a watch? Again, that starts entering luxury territory. Maybe, but for most people, it's not really worth it. Because 1.2, as mentioned, let's take the average of $1,000. You can easily get an iPhone 16. You can easily get a Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. You can get a full-fledged smartphone. If you're gonna push the budget down a little bit, I could probably get the Galaxy S24 FE. I could get the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro for the same price as one of the higher end watches. So can I really justify spending $1,000, even spending $500 on a watch? So if I'm talking about the higher end or the higher model smartwatches, I'll be honest, they are not a necessity. They are a added benefit. They're a lifestyle product. If I take the Apple Watch or the Galaxy Watch, the honest truth is these are lifestyle products. So it's something that you should get when you can now afford the lifestyle improvement. In my personal opinion, I think there's a smartwatch out there for everyone. And the one instance might not be that drastic, but over time and over the course of the day, it makes a big difference. So that's my recommendation. If you want to make your life better, then get a smartwatch. If you're not in the position to, or you don't really care about it, then come to Electrix and buy a phone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.